Hi there, I'm Leanne Vanderputten, mother of 11, grandmother of 41 and counting, from Finer Femininity, where I share with you tidbits of old-fashioned goodness and wholesomeness to help us on the path to being joyful, traditional, feminine Catholic women. Today, our article is from the Catholic Youth's Guide to Life and Love by Father Kelly, written in the 1950s, and it is called The Qualities of True Love. When you were a child, you knew your mother would feed you when you were hungry, hold you when you were tired, comfort you when you were hurt. You had complete trust that she would do what was best for you. You loved her. When you cried, she often dropped what she was doing and ran to your side. When you were ill at night, she jumped from her bed to care for you. If your family was poor, she may have gone without food and other necessities to give them to you. She was always loyal to you, always considerate of your needs, always willing to sacrifice her own interests for your welfare, even if her mood tempted her to the opposite. She loved you. Combine those two kinds of love, the child's love for his mother and the parent's love for the child, and you can better appreciate what true love is. True love aims at serving someone else's needs. This is a love that exists between a man and a woman when they are truly happy in their marriage. A child bases his love almost entirely upon taking. He loves his mother because of what she does for him. She protects him, gives him security, provides the food he needs. All of us, no matter how old we may be, need to take love. We may not need someone to give us food or shelter, but we need to feel that we are respected, not because of our looks or our money, but because of ourselves. When a married person knows that his partner thinks that he's a wonderful person, he is on the receiving end of love. The true lover must also be on the giving end. You must be willing to do all you can to treat your partner as a wonderful person. Like the mother of the new baby, you must be ready to give of yourself unselfishly. Thus, love is a give and take relationship. In the Catholic Marriage Manual, a book for married persons, I tried to point out that there were 3 pillars of mutual love. Let me quote, "To be a good wife, you must first understand your husband, recognizing the fundamental aspects of his character and how his personality differs from your own. Secondly, you must accept him. Accept him not only as a man, but as a man with an individuality unlike that of any other man on earth. Finally, you must inspire him to achieve the fullest spiritual growth of which he is capable. The good husband must also understand, accept, and inspire his wife so that she can achieve her full potentiality as a woman." Only when these conditions exist can a man and woman truly be said to be in love. These 3 things can't be achieved overnight. To achieve them at all requires continual hard work by both partners. You'll have to practice severe self-discipline, keeping down your own desires and trying instead to meet the needs of your spouse. What does all this mean? Simply that the man and woman who stand at the altar to receive the sacrament of matrimony probably are mistaken when they say that they're in love. The most they can mean is that they've examined the qualities of their mate-to-be, and they've decided that true love with that person is possible. But the real thing won't be achieved unless they work together, trying to understand each other's need to love and to be loved. You can consider yourself fortunate when you take your marriage vows if you're sure that the seed of mutual love exists within you and your mate. For the seed to blossom into a beautiful plant, you'll have to nourish it constantly and keep an unending watch against dangers that threaten its growth. What signs indicate that this plant of mutual love can thrive and blossom? First is mutual respect. You recognize him or her as a worthwhile person, worthy of your considerate attention, and with thoughts, impulses, and desires which merit recognition. He or she isn't just a pleasing instrument of sex, a tool to help you up the ladder in the business or social world, or a permanent means of support who'll provide for all your needs for the rest of your life. He or she is a person you enjoy being with, one you'd care for even if there were less physical beauty, less money in the bank, less likelihood of luxuries. Signs of respect are courtesies toward each other, simple acts of politeness and consideration which show a desire to please. They are a willingness to listen to the other's point of view. They are a recognition, often before it's even spoken, of the other's needs. The next chance you get, watch an old married couple who are happy together. You'll see many signs of respect. The husband knows what will please and displease his wife. She need not speak a word. He is attentive to her needs. He avoids situations she does not care for. In dozens of little wordless ways he caters to her, and she to him. The second sign of love is communication. If you truly love your partner, you show him or her that he can express his innermost thoughts and feelings to you. No man is an island entire of itself, poet John Donne wrote several hundred years ago. Every human needs someone in whom to confide his fears, hopes, ambitions, plans. We all need a sympathetic listener to help us gain a new perspective on our problems. If you're not a good listener for your mate, that powerful human need to talk to others may be satisfied in other ways, which may threaten your marriage. Somebody once said that when his wife won't listen to him, the poor man takes his problems to a bartender, and the rich man takes his to a psychiatrist. But their problems go out of the home. A priceless chance to cement their mutual love is lost. You need communication for inspiration, and inspiration is one of the most important characteristics of true love. Father Leo J. Kinsella, a former judge in the matrimonial court of the Chicago Archdiocese, had an opportunity to examine the factors which resulted in suits for separation in hundreds of marriages. In his book, The Wife Desired, Father Kinsella stated, "I have no recollections of a single broken marriage wherein the wife was primarily to blame and at the same time an inspiration to her husband. Failure and inspiration do not mix well. The ability to inspire her husband is the wife's best guarantee of success in marriage. Only if she fails to inspire need she be fearful for their love and the future of their marriage." Take it from me, ladies, inspiration is your love potion. Men wander through the cold world seeking the warm eyes of inspiration, like a thirsty deer standing at a fountain of water. Not having it, they are lost souls. On finding it, they leap for joy, and the very mountain breaks forth into singing. The same might be said for a woman's need for inspiration. In fact, she may often need more of it than her husband. Every day life brings a new experience. Often it's an unknown challenge that we face. A new challenge in our job or our home, a problem in raising a child, a difficulty with relatives and neighbors. You may think a young man is cocksure and confident, ready to battle the world alone, and needing no one to stand by his side and cheer him on. There are a few such men. Most need a reassuring voice to tell them that they are capable of performing their job in the world, that they can rise to the responsibilities of fatherhood, that they can meet the many problems of middle and old age. The pretty young woman may seem calm and self-possessed as she stands at the altar, but inwardly she's often a complex of doubts and insecurities. She wonders whether she really has the qualities of a dutiful wife, whether she can perform the many tasks of a homemaker, whether she'll be able to care for her children and train them so that they'll become responsible citizens. She'll need constant reassurance. The evidence in marriage courts throughout the country prove without doubt that when marriages collapse, The power to communicate between husband and wife is lost first. And this power to communicate, to sympathize with each other, to reassure where there is doubt, to give courage where there is fear, to strengthen where there is weakness, usually dies when there is no inspiration. So, before you decide you can grow to love your mate-to-be, make sure that the lines of communication are open, that you can talk to him or her, and that deep and unspoken fears and resentments won't destroy the feeling of oneness you should have with each other. The third ingredient of true love is trust. You must truly believe that your mate always wishes the best for you and won't willingly hurt you. You need the same kind of trust a child feels as he looks up from his mother's protecting arms. When you have confidence, you have security. You know that no matter what happens, your partner will fulfill the bargain he or she agreed to at the altar. A husband can trust his wife in all ways, and she can trust him. A common cause of trouble among newlyweds is jealousy. A couple attend a party. During the evening, the man chats innocently with another woman. When the party is over, his wife pelts him with questions. What did he talk about? What did she say? What remarks of his caused the woman to laugh? Why did he spend so much time on this subject or that? Was he sure they didn't discuss anything else? The wife is jealous because she's insecure, and she's insecure because, for a good reason or not, she lacks faith in her husband. Of course, true love can't grow in such a climate. Mutual trust develops with experience. 10 years from now, the same wife may attend another party. Her husband may chat pleasantly with another woman, but now she has no inner doubts. She knows that he's completely faithful, because in all the years of their marriage, he has never given her any reason to doubt his loyalty. Now she has trust, security, and, most of all, love. The fourth and greatest sign of love is self-sacrifice. Without it, true happiness in marriage is impossible. Both husband and wife have to provide it. Sacrifice means unselfishness. It means that you're willing to do what is best for your partner, even if it means great inconvenience and hardship for yourself. Sacrifice means compromise. Maybe you'd always be willing to subjugate your own wishes because of your love, but your partner in turn should be willing to deny his or her wishes so that you can have your way. Thus, the act of giving is shared, and the act of taking is shared too. You won't always decide alone what both of you will do every evening, how you'll spend your money, what you'll eat, what furniture you'll buy. Neither will your mate. Sacrifice means humility. You can't be a know-it-all, the one who says the last word on every subject, and truly be in love. For if you love your partner, you'll recognize his or her worth as a human being. You'll realize that you must often admit you're wrong, as often, for example, as you expect your mate to admit it. Sacrifice means willpower. You've got to say no to impulses of the moment. You must be able to look ahead to the future and to realize that the things you do without today will help you live in greater sanctity and happiness tomorrow. The person with willpower can resist temptations before marriage because he knows what long-term damage they will cause. He can deny himself in other ways to provide what's best for his wife and children. The truest example of sacrifice is that of our Lord on the cross, when he gave his life for mankind without any thought of gain for himself. On the earthly level, an example is what the mother does for her child. No matter what pain and hardship she undergoes, she willingly bears it all without thinking of herself. These sacrifices embody the highest forms of love. The closer you come to them with your husband or wife, the greater will be your own love. Is it really love? If you want to go down in history as one of mankind's greatest benefactors, just devise a foolproof method to tell every person considering marriage whether they have what it takes to achieve love with their intended. Call it a love meter, and you'll gain fortune as well as undying fame. If you achieve that feat, however, you'll accomplish what most experts now consider to be impossible. There's no easy, clear-cut way a man and woman can know with certainty that they'll enjoy true wedded bliss together. There are too many intangible factors, too many matters of degree. For example, I mentioned earlier that a marriage based solely on sex attraction is probably doomed to fail. Yet some sex attraction should exist in every marriage. How much is enough? That question must be left to the love meter, and until that invention is perfected, to your own sound judgment. Pray that God will give you the wisdom to see clearly. Choose a quiet time when you can be alone with yourself. Try to consider calmly whether you have true respect and appreciation for this person you think you love. Can you spend your entire life with him or her, knowing his faults but recognizing his greatest virtue? Can you feel a sense of sacrifice for him? And does he show any willingness to make sacrifices for you? Can you communicate with him? Does he listen with sympathy and understanding to the problems that disturb you? Are you willing to listen to his problems? Is he patient, kind, thoughtful? Are you? Finer Femininity quote for the day. The decision of supreme importance in your life is the choice of a helpmate for life. The consequences of that choice reach even into eternity. It follows that your choice should be made with the greatest care, prudence, and wisdom. And that was by Father Lavosic in Clean Love in Courtship. Thank you for tuning in today. Come and visit me at my Finer Femininity website. I have a Facebook page too, where I share with you inspirations of all kinds. I also have lots of beautiful handcrafted items in my Meadows of Grace shop. Look for those links in the description below. May God bless you and Our Lady cover you with her mantle. Saint Anne, pray for us.